What's up guys, welcome back. Today I have a special video for you and it's going to be featuring all of your requests. I've never done something like this before, but I had posted over on my community tab a couple days ago and just asked like what requests do you have for me, because in every video I always have a comment like, hey, could you swatch like this palette next to this one, or what are your favorite foundations for dry skin, and all these different questions, and I try to answer them as best as I can, but sometimes I miss them, sometimes you guys might not see them, and sometimes just the general audience might have the same types of questions and they don't always see your comments. So I thought it'd be really fun to just kind of pull a few of those questions and answer them. Some of the questions I got actually could be like an entire video, so I don't want to do those in this particular one, but I did set them aside and kind of have a running list going because some of the ideas were fantastic, but I tried to just pick things that I could answer relatively quickly and kind of compile them all into one video. So let's go ahead and get started, and we'll start with the first question, which is, lately I'm enjoying cream and liquid shadows on my hooded eyes. I would love to see your favorites. Love your channel. Thanks for your hard work. So first of all, thank you so much. And I really am enjoying cream and liquid shadows as well. I haven't always loved them, but I definitely have quite a few favorites that I just wanted to share with you guys. So first, I think on the affordable side, the ones I've been loving the most lately are from Moira Beauty. They have some Lucent cream eyeshadows that are just these cute little cream shadows in like a little square pot. They're adorable, and so many of them have beautiful like duochrome finishes to them. They're absolutely stunning, and I feel like they're a really easy formula to work with. They're a little bit on the sheer side, kind of like the ColourPop Super Shock shadows, but you can build them up if you want more color or just leave them alone for a sheer wash. You can also use these to top some powder shadows. So I just feel like they're really versatile, and they don't crease either, which is amazing. And also Moira has their Diamond Days liquid eyeshadows. These are also phenomenal. I only have 2 colors at the moment, but they sort of went viral on TikTok and they were sold out of all the colors for so long. I think they just brought them back. So I'm definitely going to pick up a couple more shades. They're just really affordable. And I also have a coupon code to save 15% off for Moira. So I will leave that down below in case you want to check it out. But they're just such a great indie brand. I've had such good luck with all of their stuff. Another classic cream eyeshadow I really enjoy are the Laura Mercier Caviar Sticks. I have 2 shades, Amethyst and Rush. I believe Rush is actually a Sephora exclusive. I'm not sure about Amethyst, but these 2 shades are my most favorite, and these are ones that I reach for on like one and done shadow kind of days because I just think these colors are so beautiful. Really well, they give you a few minutes before they set down and then they do not budge. They stay all day, so really enjoy these as well. If those are not in your budget, Beauty Pie also has amazing cream eyeshadow sticks that are, I want to say like $5 if you're a member of Beauty Pie, and they do actually have a day pass now, so you don't have to sign up for like a full year if you're not sure about Beauty Pie. I think it's $10 and you can sign up just for the day and buy as much as you want. So I highly recommend checking these out. They're an amazing dupe for the caviar sticks. I think they're just as good, if not better. And even with that $10 that you'd pay for the day pass plus the $5, they're still cheaper than the caviar sticks. So these are another really great option. I also really enjoy the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize shadows, the cream ones in the little pots. These are also some that I reach for very often when it comes to just a one and done type of shadow look. I have 2 shades, Oyster Pearl, which is kind of like a taupey with almost like a little bit of a green undertone, and then Rose Gold. And both of these look so beautiful just on their own. They're not particularly sparkly either, so if you want more of a satiny finish shadow versus something that has like the glitter or the foiled look, these are perfect. I think they're great if you have textured eyelids, so these are also big favorites of mine. And last but not least, I could not talk about cream eyeshadows without talking about ColourPop Super Shocks. These are, again, just so affordable. They come in amazing colors and also different finishes. So again, you have some that have more of a satiny finish. They have matte ones. They also have ones that are more glittery, some toppery ones. And I just think the colors they come in are just fabulous. I have a lot of these, but I really just pulled the ones that are still available for purchase on their website. So that's what you're seeing as far as the swatches and all of that. And I just love these. Again, they're very long lasting. They don't crease or budge on me once they set down. So these are another great option if you love cream eyeshadows. Okay, so question number 2 is, can you please do a swatch comparison of the ODEN'S EYE Alva palette and the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette? So Good question. I actually did not think these two were very similar at all. I always thought of the Alva palette as more of like a pink and purple kind of color story, and then the Natasha Denona Sunrise as a little bit more kind of reddish and yellow, but I forgot that the Alva palette actually does have the yellows in there. It does have some red as well. So good eye. I feel like these are pretty darn close when you look at them side by side. I think if you have one, you definitely don't need the other one. I think the Alva palette is maybe just slightly lighter. There's some deeper shades in the Sunrise, but overall a very close color match. So yeah, you guys found me a dupe that I didn't even know existed. So that was a good one. The next question is favorite foundations and concealer, either liquid or powder, that looks best on textured dry skin and wrinkles. Okay, so this is kind of my forte because I do have textured dry skin and also some wrinkles forming as I'm 44 now. So I have quite a few different options that I just wanted to share. As far as liquid foundations, my number one favorite would be the Zoeva Authentic Skin foundation. This one's just my overall go-to when I want my skin to look perfect. This is a medium coverage foundation, a satiny skin-like finish. It really doesn't look like you're wearing makeup, but it covers so well. It also doesn't settle into fine lines or age you at all. I feel like it's just super flattering. The only thing is this is hard to get now in the United States because it's no longer sold at Ulta. So you have to go to Beauty Bay to get it, or Zoeva's website. I have ordered from their website before, but it comes from Germany, so it takes a little while to get there. If you don't want to go through all the trouble, I would definitely recommend, as sort of an alternative to that, the Maybelline Dewy and Smooth Fit Me. This one is almost the same as the Zoeva. It's very, very close. I feel like the Zoeva might have just slightly better coverage, but you can always build this up a little bit or use some concealer for added coverage. This one also has that perfect skin-like finish. It doesn't settle into fine lines. It doesn't dry out your skin. Another foundation that's great for mature skin is the number 7 Lift Illuminate. This is another big favorite of mine. This one's a little bit lighter coverage than the other two. I would say it's more of a sheer to medium. So on lighter coverage days, I definitely reach for this one. And again, you can just sort of spot conceal where you need to if you don't need full coverage all over. And this one has like those anti-aging ingredients that their serums have in it. So it's sort of like a skincare foundation hybrid, but it's great for mature skin and dry skin. And I love that they have a lot of cool undertones. If you have more of a pink undertone like I do, it can be kind of hard to find that. And number 7 definitely has a great shade range. So I love this as well. When it comes to a powder foundation, I normally don't like powders on me because I'm dry, but I love the CoverGirl Simply Ageless Instant Wrinkle Blurring Pressed Powder. I knew it had a long name. This stuff is incredible. I'm actually wearing it on my face today. I did do a whole video on this one with application. You can kind of see before and after. So if you're curious, I'll leave that link down below. But if you're going to use this one, I highly recommend using the puff that comes with it. I didn't have the same results using a brush. It definitely sheared out a lot more. So I would use the puff, just swirl it in the powder and apply it to your face, and it just kind of airbrushes everything. And because it's a powder and not a liquid, it doesn't settle into fine lines and wrinkles. It just kind of floats on top, but it's such a hydrating powder that it never looks dry. So this stuff is incredible. Also, I love it. When it comes to concealer, my absolute favorite of the moment is the Catrice True Skin High Cover Concealer. This covers everything and still looks super natural and doesn't settle into the wrinkles under my eyes. It also doesn't look cakey on dry skin. So this is a great one if you like more full coverage. If you like lighter coverage, I love the one from Joa. This is their Eye Serum Concealer. It has a little puff applicator and it's a little bit more lighter coverage. If you just want to kind of brighten up your under eye area and you don't have a lot to conceal, this is a good one. The Maybelline Age Rewind is very similar, so I also recommend that one. I don't have it at the moment. And then if you want just something medium coverage that has like a really skin-like finish, again, that doesn't settle into lines, these two are phenomenal. The Maybelline Fit Me Concealer and the MILANI Conceal and Perfect. These two are also great for mature and dry skin. So those are my complexion picks. I hope that answered your question and you can find one that works for you. The next one says, I would love it if you could swatch Milani's Color Fetish matte lipsticks in the shades Peony and Secret. I suspect it's the same exact shade. Thank you so, so much. Okay, so this one I laughed. I was like, it can't be. Why would MILANI do that? But I have to admit they do look really close. So let me show you guys what these look like side by side. I mean, packaging wise, they look a lot different. The color of the tube is different for sure. But when you look at the bullets, wow, they do really look super similar. One is a little bit deeper than the other, I feel like. So when I went to swatch them, yeah, you have Peony on the left and Secret on the right. I think Peony is definitely a little more pink, while Secret is more kind of a peachy nude, but they are very, very close. I feel like if you just sheared out Secret a little bit, it would be even closer to Peony. So this one was a very interesting question. I had fun swatching those side by side to see how they compared. The next question says, I'd like to see a video on polishes. You always wear such beautiful ones. So yeah, I definitely have a nail polish addiction. I don't talk about them too much on my channel, but I'm always wearing something on my nails, and I usually get questions on what I'm wearing in any particular video. I used to really enjoy Ciate London's nail polishes because they had some beautiful shimmery holographic type shades, and they no longer make some of my favorites, and most of the ones that they have on their website now are just cream formulas, so they're not really anything super special. So I kind of had to go looking for other brands, and two brands in particular I've really been enjoying are Cirque Colors and ILNP, which stands for I Love Nail Polish. Both of them are available on Amazon, and I actually put all my favorite shades that I wear in videos in my Amazon store. So I will link that down below, and you can check out all the different colors that I'm loving, but they just have so much more in their line. I really have fun just every once in a while going on Amazon and grabbing a different color to try. I also think they have great formulas. They're not streaky. You don't have to put too many coats on, and I feel like they're pretty long lasting as well. So those are definitely my favorite nail polishes of the moment. The next question says, hi, can you swatch your new NABLA palette to ZENDO? Thanks in advance. So yeah, I had recently talked about the NABLA Read My Mind palette in my last video, and I didn't, again, even think about it being close to the Natasha Denona ZENDO, but you guys have such a good eye for dupes. And looking at them in the pan, yeah, I mean, you have a lot of the rosy shades, you have some browns and neutrals, and also those kind of sagey green teal colors. So when I looked at the swatches, again, so many similarities, particularly kind of towards the right side of the screen. Those matte shades are incredibly similar. The only thing I will say though is that the Natasha Denona mattes are almost all creams in the ZENDO palette, whereas they're powder in the NABLA, so that's one major point of difference. And I think when it comes to the shimmers, they're kind of hit and miss as far as being dupes. Some are, some aren't. So I think you guys would sort of have to decide from these swatches whether you think they're close enough to each other to kind of warrant buying the other one or skipping it. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that one down below. The next request says Almay blushes versus Bare Minerals Kiss of Copper, Rose, and Pink blushes. So I don't actually have the Kiss of Rose from Bare Minerals, but I do have Kiss of Copper and Kiss of Pink, and those just recently re-released after being discontinued, which I was super excited about, but I never really thought to put the Almay ones next to that. So this was also a fun one to see what they look like side by side. As you guys know, I love the Almay blushes, and I also am a big fan of the Bare Minerals. I feel like the formulas are very different. The Almay ones are baked formula, while the Bare Minerals are just regular pressed powder. So looking at the swatches from left to right, you have the Almay Nearly Nude versus Bare Minerals Kiss of Copper. I think they're kind of similar, but not exact dupes. And then next to that, you have Almay Pink Flush and Bare Minerals Kiss of Pink. And those I think are very different. I think Pink Flush from Almay is definitely brighter and a little more cool toned, sort of has that almost bluish pink undertone, while Kiss of Pink is just a little bit more neutral. So I don't think they're super similar. I think that the Nearly Nude from Almay and Kiss of Copper are probably the closest and might look similar swatched out on your cheeks, or not swatched out, blended out, but I definitely hope that was helpful for you. Next up, this question actually got a ton of thumbs up from people. It said, I'd love to see your favorite unique special shadows, multi-chromes, duochromes, anything special, indie singles, or in palettes. I have every normal shadow color ever, so I'm always looking for unique and special ones. So yeah, I definitely have a lot of special shades when it comes to my singles from indie brands in particular. I don't feel like a lot of my eyeshadow palettes have special shades in them. I mean, there's a few here and there that have duochromes. I think my Huda Beauty eyeshadows have a lot of those going on. Also, NABLA does make a few that have some of those as well. But I feel like the indie singles are definitely where it's at when it comes to special eyeshadows. So let me show you which ones I have. I have some from Sydney Grace, from NABLA, and also from Give Me Glow Cosmetics. So let me show you guys the ones I have from NABLA first. The first one is Alchemy, and this one is just the most stunning sort of lavender with a blue shift to it. It's absolutely beautiful. And all of these kind of give like that wet look to your eyes, which I really, really love. The next one is Water Dream, which is like a really, really shiny, kind of champagne, really pale pink color. This one makes such an impact on your eyes, especially if you have hooded eyes. It just makes everything come forward and really pop. The next one is Absinthe, and this one is kind of like a really deep, rich teal with a little bit of brown shift to it. This is a deeper color than I normally wear all over my lids, having hooded eyes, but I just couldn't pass it up because I thought it was so incredibly beautiful. So I do wear this one every once in a while if I want more of a smoky look. And then when it comes to Sydney Grace, the first one is Blue Mist. This one is so stunning. It looks white in the pan. I wasn't thinking it would be anything special, but it has this blue glow to it that is just something extra special. I really, really love this one, and it's not super sparkly either. It just has sort of a pearly finish to it. Just beautiful. The next one is The Greatest Gift. This one is almost like a green with a purple shift to it. It's really light and pretty, and also it doesn't have a lot of shimmer or sparkle to it. It's just a really pretty satin finish, but it has so much glow and impact at the same time. And then Winter Garden is kind of similar to The Greatest Gift, but instead of shifting from like a lavender to a green, it shifts more from like a lavender to a blue, or maybe like a pink to a blue. I'm not sure, but it is just the most stunning lid color for me. I love it because it's lighter in color, and also again it's more satiny. It's not super sparkly or glittery, so I really think this one is absolutely beautiful. And then Magenta Dreams is kind of like a magenta purple with a blue shift. This one is super unique as well. I really haven't seen a lot of shadows that look like this in palettes or just in singles. I think it's just super, super pretty. And then Red Chameleon from Sydney Grace is another one of those deep teals that sort of shifts to like a brownish or like a warm brown. I feel like it's pretty similar to NABLA's Absinthe that I showed a few minutes ago, but this one might even be a little bit deeper and richer. And then we have Give Me Glow Cosmetics. I have two really special shades from them. The first one is Electric Unicorn. These shades, oh my goodness, wait until you see how they swatch. They're unlike anything I have ever seen. They truly look like liquid metal going on. They are just so, so reflective, and this particular shade looks kind of white in the pan, but it has a kind of yellowy green shift to it, and it is just the most stunning color ever. It's actually the shade that I'm wearing in the video today on my eyes, and I just love it. I love this eyeshadow so much. And then we have Rose Remix, also from Give Me Glow, and this one is the same way. It just looks like metal going on your skin. There's a little tiny bit of fallout with these, but not too much. I feel like they're not overly sparkly. They're just really, really shiny. Really the true definition of a foiled eyeshadow. So they're amazing. These are definitely a little bit on the pricier side for single eyeshadows, these really special ones from Give Me Glow, but they are so worth it if you want something that's really going to make an impact. All right, next question is, can you please swatch some cool or pink tone bronzers? I know you did a video on it ages ago, but most of those are sold out. I would love some new options. Yeah, I remember that video. It actually got really good views. I don't know why I never did an updated version, but I do have some new pink toned and cool tone bronzers to share with you, and at various price points. So I figured what I'll do is just show you guys all of them from like the most expensive down to the least expensive. So the first one at the most expensive side is my Gucci bronzer in the shade number 1. This is a beautiful cool toned bronzer with a little bit of a pink undertone. Next we have the Laura Geller Baked Bronze and Brighten in the shade Fair. This one also has that pink running through it. I feel like this one might have the most pink out of all of them. Next, we have the Flower Beauty Baked Bronzer in the shade Sunrise L1, which is the lightest shade. And this one also is a baked formula and it is very cool toned, so I love this one. Also, the MILANI Silky Matte Bronzer in the shade 02 Sunkissed is another great cool toned option. And then the most affordable option is the LA Girl Matte Bronzer in the shade Back to the Beach. This one is huge. You get so much product and it is an amazing color. So let me show you these all swatched out and you can kind of compare the colors side by side. So on the left-hand side, we have Gucci #1, then Laura Geller Fair, then we have the Flower Beauty in Sunrise, which actually just has a little hint of sheen to the formula. It's not shimmer or glitter, it's just a little bit glowy. Then we have MILANI in Sunkissed, and then last over on the right, we have the LA Girl in Back to the Beach. So I think these are all pretty close in color. I think the Laura Geller, the second from the left, definitely has the most pink in it. I think the Gucci one is also a beautiful color with a little bit of a pink undertone. The Flower Beauty one in the middle is very similar in tone to the Gucci, I think. I think that's a pretty close dupe. The MILANI Sunkissed, which is second from the right, is, I would say, the deepest out of all the colors and probably has the least pink, but it is still very cool toned. And then the LA Girl one on the right is also kind of similar to the Gucci and the flower color. So I hope that gave you some options for a cool toned pink tone bronzer. I personally love the ones with a pink undertone because when I naturally get tan, I don't turn that sort of warm orangey color. I tend to turn more pink, almost like I have a little bit of a sunburn going on. So these definitely tend to look the most natural if you're fair with a pink undertone, and I feel like they can be very difficult to find because most bronzers do kind of pull more warm and orangey or sometimes have a yellowy undertone as well. And it can be hard to sort out which ones have more of the pink in them. So I hope that was helpful. And then the last one is, I want to see your favorite blush colors with swatches, maybe top 10. So for this one, I decided to just show my favorite blush colors that I have like kind of sitting out right now that I've been using pretty much only these blushes for a while now. And I just have them kind of set aside in the bathroom and I really haven't been going and touching a lot of my other blushes, but I have to say I have so many blushes that I really love. So this was really difficult. I tried to just kind of share the ones that I feel like I reach for the most. So the first one would definitely be Tarte's Exposed. This one has been a staple blush for me for many, many years now. I can't even remember how far back. I love their Amazonian clay formula. I think it's super, super long lasting for a powder blush. And this is just the perfect nude that kind of goes with everything. The next one I've been reaching for a ton is Persona's Bubble Blush. I love this color. It's just a really super cool tone pink, which I feel like is kind of hard to find. It's a dupe for that bright Dior blush that keeps selling out all the time. Unfortunately, I believe that the Persona blush is also sold out at the moment. So another really good one that I'm actually wearing on my cheeks today is from Flower Beauty. It's their Flower Pots blush in Wild Rose. This one is also a very cool toned bright pink, and I think it's a stunning color. It's a great drugstore alternative for either the Persona or the Dior, so I love this one. Another one I've really been reaching for a lot is the Physicians Formula Strawberry Jam blush. This one is so cute. I wish the strawberries didn't wear away. They're an overspray, but I still am loving this color. It's kind of like a dusty pink, and it's just really flattering. I love this blush so much, and I love the formula. It's really soft and easy to blend. A cream blush that I really love is from LYS. This is their cream blush in the shade Confident. This one is kind of like a deep rosy color, but I love this one when I'm doing a little bit more of a smoky eye or I'm using a rosy tone palette. This is the perfect complement, and even though it looks a little deep for my skin tone, if I just use a little bit, it sheers out so nicely and just really, it's so flattering and beautiful. I love this color. Also, the Anastasia blush stick in the shade Latte is another favorite because this is a cool toned nude, and I feel like it's very difficult to find a cool toned nude blush because most nudes kind of are more on the warm side, like on the brownish side, and I love that this one's a little bit cooler. So it's very unique and interesting, and again, I think if you have more of a cool undertone to your skin, this one would look really pretty. I also love the Natasha Denona Bloom blush. This one is like a bright, punch punchy coral with some shimmer to it, and really you don't have to wear any highlighter if you wear this blush. It looks like you already applied your highlighter, but it doesn't seem to accentuate any texture on my cheeks. It just gives me this beautiful glow. I love this one, especially this time of year in the spring and summer. I think it's perfect. It just kind of wakes up my whole face. Also, the Bare Minerals bronzer in Kiss of Pink is a beautiful color that's sort of that nudie pink with a little like bit of bronze to it. This is also perfect in the summertime. I am so glad that they brought these back. And they do have deeper shades for deeper skin tones as well. Another cream blush that I've really been reaching for a lot is the Moira Love Heat Cream Blush in the shade I Miss You. This one is sort of the cream counterpart to the Persona Bubble Blush. It's almost the same color. It's that bright, cool tone pink. And again, I think it's a perfect color for summer. It really wakes up your face. It's beautiful. Then we have Laura Geller's Baked Blush and Brighten in the shade Pink Buttercream. This is another one that I have loved for many, many years. It's just a staple in my blush rotation. I wear it so frequently. I love the baked formula. I also think this color is super pretty on lighter skin tones. She does again have deeper options if you have a deeper skin tone. And then the last one is a newer addition to my blush collection. It's from Item Beauty and it's the Blush and Like in the shade Oopsies. And I really love this formula too because even though it's a cream blush, it almost feels like a powder because it's so dry. So there's no dry down time. It never feels sticky and it just blends so beautifully and almost like leaves a stain behind on your cheeks and just looks super natural. So this is another favorite of mine. I also love this bright pink color. So I would say those are definitely my top 10 blushes of the moment. So anyway, guys, I think that's all the questions I'm going to do for today, but I will definitely do this again. If you enjoyed this video, let me know and let me know some more questions down below and I'll put together another video soon. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and watching this video. I appreciate it so much. If you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to hit the subscribe button before you go. Thank you guys so much and I will see you all in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.